in the kitchen now with Michelle from Lamer's Dairy doing another great breakfast recipe. Good morning.
Good morning, Amy. Thanks for having us.
Good to see you. Absolutely. Caramel apple waffles. I mean, sign me up for those. They sound fantastic.
They're delicious. My son just gobbles them up.
I'm sure. I think my kiddos would love them too. And we're using Lamer's award-winning milk. First place, and Michelle brought the trophy along. How exciting is that?
That's fantastic. We're really excited. It was the World Dairy Expo Championship Dairy Product Contest, and we won for the entire country. So
I mean, and that's a lot of different milk that they go up against. That's huge.
California, Michigan, all the top milk producing states, and they chose ours as the best.
Wow, that's something pretty cool. So we're proud to use their milk on our show and have them as a milk sponsor. Glass bottles, just the best milk ever. Family run dairy right off 441 in the Valley. So stop in there sometime. Brand new for fall is, tell me about this.
That's our pumpkin spice eggnog. I think we might want to take that.
Turn the camera.
Yeah, thanks.
No
we
problem.
just started making this. You know, that's all the rage, and you know, you make the delicious various pumpkin items, and this is fantastic. We just started. It's pumpkin spice. It's a brand new product. We just tested it last year, and people love it. They love it in coffee. They love it in French toast, all kinds of things.
Ann has been dying to try this all morning. Look how thick and wonderful that is. So there you go, Ann. Give her a try. Okay, so caramel apple French toast. Let's get cooking.
Alrighty, well, let's start with the apples.
Or I should say waffles.
Yeah,
okay.
They're delicious. So we'll go ahead and put the butter and the brown sugar in the skillet and the apples, and we just really want to saute them until they soften.
Okay, so it looks a couple tablespoons of butter.
Right, and we can put our
about
sugar in.
Brown sugar and about at least a few cups of diced and peeled apples?
It's 3 apples that are peeled, cored, and diced.
Okay.
2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, and the brown sugar gives it a caramely taste to start out. And this is what we're going to top our waffles with. If you want to experiment, you can actually toss it in. I know I like to put fresh blueberries in my waffles, so if you want to put them in, put them in. If you want to put them out, I suggest out on top.
Yum. Okay, so we'll let that cook. That's going to be the topping. Now to the actual waffle batter.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put our dry ingredients in one bowl and then our wet ingredients in another. So we have a 1.25 cups of flour.
Okay.
We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
So a tablespoon of sugar. This is like a quiz, Amy. A teaspoon of cinnamon, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're basically going to whisk that together.
Well, you passed the quiz. These days, you don't have to sift as much as, you don't have to get out that sifter. You can just whisk it. And it's basically going to do the same thing. Just want to mix it together really well.
That's right.
Okay.
And then what we're going to want to do is prepare our wet ingredients.
Okay.
So we're going to use some of that delicious award-winning milk. We want a cup of Lamer's Dairy Best milk.
The apples and the butter smell so good. And the brown sugar. Ooh. Yum.
So yeah, those will saute up quick. You can kind of multitask here. We also started a caramel syrup.
Okay.
And that's basically a 1.25 cups brown sugar and a 1/3 cup of water, and we're going to let that cook up.
Okay.
And then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
A 1/2 cup of our Lamer's Dairy heavy whipping cream, which I love, love, love. I know you love in your coffee.
I do too. I do, yes.
And we can actually take it off the heat once the butter melts and add that and a little bit of vanilla, just a splash.
Okay, all right, I'll keep an eye on the caramely part. Okay.
And you can actually make that ahead, and I did make some ahead. So
okay.
It's very simple. So what we're going to want to do is put our wet ingredients in here. So we need an egg, and I'll get that going. And then if you want, add a cup of milk, of Lamer's Dairy milk.
You bet.
And then we will add 3 tablespoons of oil, and I actually use the light olive oil because it doesn't have a taste, and I like it better than the vegetable.
Okay, good to know. It's healthy.
And then a teaspoon of vanilla, and we're just going to mix this up. Very, very simple. And then you're just going to want to add this to the dry.
And I see you're heating up a waffle iron over there.
I have it already heated up here.
So this is like an extra special thing. I know waffles are, kind of a little bit of a pain, but such a wow factor when you bring them to the table. There's nothing that smells better when you're making homemade waffles. This batter's really nice too.
It's very simple and it's very delicious, and that touch of cinnamon is just lovely. So we can just go ahead and ladle that in. It's all ready to go. It's hot, hot, hot. I'll just go ahead.
And that's key for making waffles. Preheat that waffle iron, that's for sure.
That's right.
I'm pulling this off the heat. The butter is melted.
Great.
So again, this was, we started out with
with a 1.25 cups of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of water.
Okay.
Then we added the 4 tablespoons of butter once it cooked for about 3 minutes, and then 1/2 cup of cream.
And a little bit of vanilla.
Right, and you use that instead of a maple syrup.
So this is going to be the caramely flavor.
That's right. Now you can also, and what I did is I bought some really lovely caramel sauce from the apple orchard when I went to apple picking this Sunday, and that works just as well. In fact, my son really likes this.
Okay, so you can cheat a little bit and skip
Right.
that step if you don't want to make the homemade.
That's right.
Okay, good to know. Now
So
we're just
this-
waiting for the waffles.
Right, and this will talk to me in just a minute. And that's your oven talking to you, not a waffle maker. Should be ready.
Whenever we go out for brunch, you know, they have those waffle bars. And, you know, the kids always, my kids, you know, it's such a treat to, you know, have a homemade waffle. So it's one of those things that I don't do often, but there is nothing like, you know, homemade Belgian waffles. So this would be really fun to do for fall.
I'm going to
Ooh,
rush it a little bit.
Pretty.
And it looks nice. We'll just pull that off. And I'm going to use my asbestos hands here.
Oh.
And we can put that on the plate, spoon a little bit of the sauteed apples on top.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just so nice. That looks gorgeous. And then if you want to drizzle, this is a little bit of the homemade caramel sauce, or as I said, you can use the caramel dip. You could just heat it up a little bit.
Wow, Michelle. I know. Ann, how was the pumpkin eggnog?
Good.
Yummy? Really good? Oh, look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. Now, the shop, people can pop on in and pick up their milk, pick up their pumpkin eggnog.
That's right. We're open Monday through Saturday, and we have the fresh milk, our award-winning milk. We have soft serve ice cream and hand dip ice cream, all the kind of cheeses for holiday entertaining, cheese boxes that you can ship, and pumpkin spice eggnog now. Soon, at the end of the month, we'll have our regular eggnog.
Ooh, can't believe it's that time already. Started, you know, time to start thinking about the holiday gifts. And you ship these cheese baskets all over the country.
That's right. And you can either order by telephone, online, if you like, or come to the store.
All right. Good to see you. Thanks so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing this recipe.
Thank
I can't wait to make that. Wow, does that look good or what? Just taste of fall on the plate. And we picked way too many apples, Michelle, so I've got
Great.
lots of apples to turn them into this these apple waffles with caramel sauce. And the recipe, by the way, we'll put on our website.